Yeah. Oh, going out.
There we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Knees Up Mother Brown's Eyes Up Mother Brown for tonight's Conference League tie between West Ham United and FCSB. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Knees Up Mother Brown's Eyes Up Mother Brown. That's you, not me. For tonight's. As I'm sure you'll understand, it's going to be an extremely somber and very weird occasion tonight. Probably none of the usual joy and euphoria at West Ham goals and exuberance that we normally try and bring you on a usual broadcast due to today's pretty devastating news for the country. I'm sure you've all heard by now that Queen Elizabeth II has passed, and the news was released at about 6:30. So we haven't had a lot of time to prepare. So forgive us if we seem a little bit ill at ease with tonight's broadcast, but we'll be doing our best anyway to bring you the key points from the game. I'm joined tonight by Nick, as usual. Nick, good to see you, buddy.
Good evening.
Been a strange old day.
Yeah, pretty much. Very. I don't know what to say. It's kind of it's hit me for six. I'm quite surprised it has. But as we were saying off air before, it's kind of like someone's nan, isn't it? Like your nan. She's just been one of these constants. Unless you're over 70, she's just been a constant in your life. And no matter what you think of the royal family, she's just been there, and she's tried her best. And from the Second World War through to now, up until Tuesday, when she swore in a new prime minister, quite literally, she's worked until she's dropped. And what an absolutely amazing woman. Basically, take out the fact that she was born into wealth and privilege, that that wasn't her fault. She's done her duty, but I don't think anyone can argue that she's not done her duty over the past 70 years, and the country's never going to be the same.
Yeah, here, well said. Very, very somber occasion, and this is also going to be one of the last football matches you're able to watch for the next couple of weeks, I believe. I don't think there's any games going to be played in the next 10 or 11 days, Nick. Is that right? I think we saw
I have seen that. I'm not sure if that is confirmed, but I think that is part of Operation London Bridge, that for 11, 12 days afterwards, there are no live sporting events. So, we'll just have to watch this space until there is official confirmation from the Premier League and the FA, and obviously UEFA as well, because I think we've got a game next week in this very competition, haven't we?
We have. We're supposed to be travelling to. Oh, where are we next week? I'm trying to think now. We're East Belgium. We're off to next week. That'll be very interesting to see what happens. Maybe that will go ahead because it's not based in the UK. Who knows? But we'll, of course, we'll bring you news of that as soon as we hear on KUMB as always. I suppose with kickoff just a few minutes away, we should bring you tonight's teams. I'll begin. I'm going to do the honours tonight. I'll start with West Ham. In goal, Alphonse Areola, of course, our regular European goalkeeper. Soufal and Emerson playing as fullbacks. Two centre-half tonight. That's Kera and Ogbonna. In the centre of the park, Declan Rice captaining the team alongside, I nearly said Wally, Flynn Downs, making his first team debut, I think. Is this his first start anyway, I believe. Yes,
first start,
of course, before. His first start in the absence of Thomas Souček, who is suffering with a minor injury that he picked up at Stamford Bridge at the weekend. And then in front of Rice and Downs, we have Ben Rama, Lanzini and Cornet, with a welcome return for Gianluca Scamacca at the pivot of West Ham's attack. On the bench tonight, we've got Randolph, young goalkeeper Christian Heggie, Kurt Zuma, Dawson. Lovely to see him back involved again on the bench. We've got a couple more youngsters. Young left back Regan Clayton is involved in the squad as an emergency should something happen to Emerson. Connor Coventry, another youngster, and Freddie Potts, of course, from a very famous line of West Ham players.
No, it's Potts, not Potts. Botts.
It's Potts. It's a P. It's a P.
Is it?
It's a P. It's Freddie Potts. Yeah, definitely Potts.
It says Potts on the West Ham line.
Stevie Potts is young. Have they really put Potts?
Yeah.
It's Steve's youngest, I believe.
Okay, fair enough. Stand corrected.
We better tell the club they got his name wrong. Yeah, of course, coming from a long line of hammers, Stevie Potts, West Ham centre half, played 399 appearances, wasn't it, Nick? If I remember rightly, for the first team. Denied that 400th appearance by Glenn Roeder in a league game in 2001, 2002, something like that. Of course, his elder brother Dan played, of course, for West Ham before moving on to Luton. I think he's at now, isn't he? Yes. But anyway, also on the bench, Lucas Paqueta, latest signing, Pablo Fornals, Jared Bowen, Mikhail Antonio, and another young forward, Mubama, on the bench for West Ham. The opposition lineup thusly tonight. I've had to go to Instagram to get their team, and usually they don't post it on Twitter. But Tanavanu in goal, Kretu, Dawa, Tam, Radanovic, Ejuma, Olaru, Ada, Kodaya, Campagno, Coman is the captain, who of course did the press conferences yesterday. On the bench, they have Vlad Harut, double-barreled name, Stoica, Popescu, Michalescu. I can't see what the name is because there's an icon in front of it, but it's got CA at the end. Bobic, Pantea, Buena, Serban. Again, another one obscured by the Instagram icon. Looks like that Vadaslavescu, I think, and Rusa, the final reserve for the opposition.
Oh, in typical West Ham fashion, I'm just watching now. We've not done a minute's silence. We've done a minute's applause, followed by the whole stadium belting out "God Save the Queen."
Brilliant.
So yeah,
good. Reminiscent almost of the 2006 Cup final or semi-final, of course, at Villa Park when shortly after John Lyall passed. Any thoughts on that team, Nick, tonight before we start?
It's about the best we could have hoped for tonight, I think. Obviously, we're looking short in the left-back position, and over on the right with Johnson out. So it's kind of to be expected. At least we've got some backup in defence. The bench looks pretty good, and it's really good to see some of the youngsters, even if they don't come on, getting the big. Oh, pardon me, excuse me. There goes me 7-Up. Some of the youngsters just getting the opportunity to be on the bench on a game like this. Obviously, the circumstances are entirely different to what they were originally going to be, but nonetheless, it'll be a good experience for them. So we are about to kick off. It's FCSB about to kick off, and they're kicking left to right.
There's I've just seen a lovely shot of a West Ham fan giving the middle finger to the opposition fans as the BT commentator was telling us how it's going to be a very sombre evening. Which was kind of pretty bad timing on their behalf. But I think, Nick, again, you're going to be ahead of me. I'm having to watch on a stream tonight because I've actually got BT Sports on my phone now, but I wasn't able to set it up today in time. So you'll be in the lead again, as per. Yeah,
I'm probably going to be a bit behind on the broadcast. I normally am when I'm streaming through the BT Sport on the PC. We're 30 seconds in. We've just had a slight little attack down our left.
Okay, well, I've not kicked off yet, so you're going to be.
I've got that wrong. It's us kicking left to right, by the way, not them.
We are, yes, you're right. We are kicking left to right. In this, the opening game of the Conference League back in Europe. It was a pretty momentous season last year, wasn't it?
It was fun.
Semi-final. Be good to do it again. What do you think of our prospects?
I think we can win it. Don't push me on as to whether we will, though. It depends on what West Ham turns up later on in the competition. If I think now the window's shut and we're now settled, it's just a case now of getting everything to work, to click into place. We have got some quality now, and if we can knit that all together, I think once we click, we're going to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Depends on just how long it takes. Cross from Benrahma into Skamaka, but the defender cut that out there, and the keeper's saved that safely.
What are we thinking score-wise tonight? I'm guessing you're going to be predicting a West Ham win.
Yeah, probably by a goal or two, I would have thought. I don't know. I don't know much about them, whether these are how good they are, whether they're part-timers, what kind of level they are, whether they're the equivalent of their League 1, 2 Championship or what. I've got no idea. So if I sit on the fence and say, well, maybe 1 or 2-0, anything better as a bonus.
I'll put you down for a 2-0 then. What little I know of them, I can tell you that they're currently 13th in the 16-team Liga 1, Romanian's top division. They've only won one game out of their 7 fixtures so far, but on the other hand, they've only lost 2. 1 win, 4 draws, and 2 defeats, which represents a pretty poor start for them. Bearing in mind they finished runners-up to Cluj in last season's championship. Really struggling to get underway this year, and hopefully they'll take that form into tonight. But interestingly, their manager yesterday, it wasn't exactly holding up the white flag, but acknowledged at least it was going to be a very, very difficult night for his players. But I guess the thing with that is, Nick, you've got nothing to lose, really, have you? If you're expected to be beaten heavily, and you can go into that kind of fearless in a way.
Yeah, you can, and never know what could happen. I mean, we've blown hot and cold this season, haven't we? So,
yeah,
as I'm speaking now, they're coming down our left. And they've got the first. That was half a chance. They've crossed the ball in. We've cleared it from the centre of our own area. But now they seem to be getting a little bit of possession. They're coming through the middle. And it's the first shot on target. It's actually from them. Easy chance for Areola to stop, but nonetheless, it'll go down as a shot on target.
Yeah, nice, I suppose you could say, in a way, for the keeper to get his hands on early on with a nice, easy one. But, I guess they're showing that I'm just seeing them counter now, and with a bit of pace. Now, I guess this is what we're going to be expecting of them tonight, is that they're going to be, sitting deep, almost in some way like, the way West Ham play an awful lot in the Premier League. Sit back, soak up the pressure, and maximise your opportunities on the counter.
Yeah. It looks like they have got the ability to be dangerous. So it is something that we're going to need to be careful and watch. We finally got our foot on the ball, knocking it around the back a bit in midfield. Let's hope Kera actually has a game where something doesn't happen that's to do with him.
Been a touch unfortunate, hasn't he, this season? I mean, it's a very strange one, because I think he's played on the whole pretty well, but yet he's been responsible for a penalty he's given away. There was the own goal, which I don't think you could really attribute to him, to any great degree. He tried to kick the ball out against Tottenham, couldn't get it out. And then, of course, now this is an interesting one. A lot of people believe that it's been harsh to criticise him for failing to win that header for the Chilwell goal.
No, that was a shot. It was number 22.
Ours or theirs?
Ours.
No, that's Said Benrahma.
Well, of course it is. Yeah, shot from Benrahma, took a ricochet off the defender. I can't see. Yeah, it's gone out for a corner to us.
Okay, well we'll stick with you while we take the corner. Then take us through it, if you will, mate.
Yeah, I can't see. I need to move the zoom bit up actually, because it's in the way. But as soon as I do that, it's now just gone full screen and I can't see the game. Right. Corner over on the left. There's a little bit of shenanigans going on. The ref's calling over corner, and one of theirs basically saying, behave yourself.
Get the feeling we might see quite a bit of that tonight.
Yeah, Lanzini's on the corner. Corner swung in, and there was a hit across goal. Didn't see who did it, or couldn't tell who did it. And it's headed out. It's now back up to the halfway line. We're back in possession. Knocking it about the back a little. Not a lot at the moment. So you were saying about Kera?
The goal at Chelsea, the Chilwell goal. That some people were suggesting. I was one of them actually, that he probably should have done better with the ball over the top. But it was interesting because when we were talking about him prior to his arrival, this was one of the. I mean, Misco, obviously on the forum, we've seen quite a bit of him at PSG. Misco, our resident Lyon fan. I've just seen that chance for West Ham. Could have done better there, couldn't we? In the corner. Said that he was very susceptible to high balls, being only 6'1", but short, I guess, for a top flight defender these days. Quite often, aerially he's a little bit suspect, and we certainly saw that there, didn't we? Did you feel he misjudged it, or did you just think it was a touch of misfortune, that goal?
I just don't think he was tall enough. not so sure misjudged it. If you ain't tall enough, you're not tall enough. You know, you can't always reach the ball. I mean, to be fair, that's got to be a penalty, and it's been waved away.
No VAR tonight, of course.
That really looked like Skamaka was pulled down in the box there. Let's have a look. It's a cracking ball by. No, looks like it might have been a bit of 6 and 2 threes. But I think that's gone out behind for a corner.
Okay.
No, that is a foul. That is a foul. We should have had a penalty there. But no VAR. Corner's coming in from the left-hand side. Manzini again. In swinger. Oh, keeper's flaps at it and it's cleared. No, the ball seems to be more at their end of the pitch now. But no, going back to Kera, you can't. I don't think you can blame him for not being tall enough. The question is, what on earth was Flapianski doing out there? Really,
that was really strange, wasn't it? Absolutely no need to leave his near post, and in fact, you know, you'd think in the textbooks, the goalkeeping textbooks, they would be saying, you know, just sit on your near post, just guard that. I mean, why come out of there? It was a strange decision, almost as if he was panicking a little bit. But
yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. Exactly what it looked like. He panicked. I mean, it's dusted now. You know, he's always got a bit of a ricket in him. And Cornet's got a nosebleed. He's been seen to. Don't know what's happening. He's already taken a clout in the face.
On the.
Oh, he's caught a boot in the face off their keeper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's caught a boot in the face off Skamaka.
Oh,
my mistake.
Not good. Speaking of which, it's going to come back to the proposed penalty incident. I kind of agree with you. I thought it was the defender was all over him and just didn't get near the ball.
No,
I think with VAR that's quite likely to be given, but of course we don't have any VAR tonight, so no, waved on and play on. And yeah, as you say, there's I haven't seen the incident yet, but there's a fair bit of claret by the looks of it coming from Cornet's hooter. Oh yeah, he's really caught him, hasn't he, with the studs? Yeah. But I think the most interesting aspect of that, Nick, is the goalkeeper. A couple of times we've seen him flap there, haven't we?
Yes.
Doesn't look all that confident,
no.
Which is good for us, I suppose.
Yeah, indeed. This weather don't look too clever at a London stadium either. Absolutely lashing it there.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what it was like there, but it was very odd. Because as soon as they made that announcement about the Queen at 6:30, the heavens opened here. It was almost on cue, and they just. I'm not sure there's anything in that. Actually, just seeing a different replay of that penalty incident. I think it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But yeah, it was very, very, very strange. We should say hello to everyone on the stream. Of course, we've not done that yet. So
no.
To all our regulars, Dan, SH, Hobo, Tony, Gabby, Alf Garnetts, Michelle, Steve, good to see you all guys. Everyone else who hasn't posted yet, let us know what you're thinking of the game. Where is it? Down there somewhere. Drop a comment in the comment section. Of course, the KUMB.com forum. Match Thread is also open where you can go and comment as well, if you prefer to do it that way. But let us know what you think of the game, how we're doing. Predictions maybe. Give us some predictions. We haven't asked you for those yet. 11 minutes gone. West Ham United 0, FCSB 0. And we're underway again anyway.
We are indeed. We are. It feels flat. It does feel flat.
But yeah, it must be. I'd imagine the atmosphere is going to be quite peculiar at the stadium. I'm not sure anyone's going to be up for a celebration.
No, it feels pretty peculiar. I said at the start, it just feels weird doing this as well.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, the game shouldn't have been called off. It was too late. I kind of get it. You know, those poor Romanians coming all this way. No, you know, at least it's played and we ain't get it out of the way. Job done for a while. And worth pointing as well, by the way. Ben Rama's playing on the right tonight, not the left. Yeah.
Yes, unless that's just a brief tactical switch that they've employed, but definitely seems to be that way, doesn't it? The noise seems to be coming from the away end tonight, but it's interestingly, there seems to be from accounts from people at the stadium have told me there seems to be an awful lot of away fans in the home end as well tonight. So I'm sure there's going to be quite a few more than the 3,000 officially allocated to the Stoyer. It's FCSB, isn't it, officially, fans tonight. But West Ham have just had another corner. Didn't come to anything, but the Hammer's still probing, looking for opportunities on the left-hand side. Emerson getting forward, which you've not seen a lot of so far. What did you make of his performance at Chelsea on Sunday? Saturday, wasn't it? Not Sunday.
I thought it was unspectacular. It was solid, which is all you want really from a left back. Not really noticeable, which I generally consider if you've not brought attention to yourself too much as a defender, you've done all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally agree. Sure he would have relished the opportunity to go back and play his former club so soon. But yeah, done all right, didn't he?
Yeah.
Decent performance. I suppose we should mention the VAR incident at some point, Nick. Where to start with that one, eh?
I was absolutely obviously same as everybody else. I was absolutely steaming over that. It was the euphoria. I was watching it, and if you kind of thought that might have been a foul, you generally don't react to. I was out of the seat, and I was like, yes, because I couldn't see anything wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Even in real time.
Yeah.
It just looked like the goalkeeper had. Well, let's say how it was. It's not what it looked like. It's what happened. Their keeper fluffed his lines, went down waving his arm like he'd been stamped on when it was blatant that he hadn't, and Cornet's rocketed one in. Yeah. And I was off my seat, yes, being told to shut up and stuff because I'd scared the cat and everything else.
What a finish as well, though. What a finish it was.
It was a great finish, and for it to be ruled out, I was speechless. It just, from euphoria to having the joy sucked right out of you. I had the right up that night, and it was only me on the forum moderating that night as well, so it weren't a particularly easy evening. So yeah, I was glad when Sunday was over.
Yeah, it was a strange one. It's because of the very late change to the
Saturday.
Date and Saturday. It was supposed to be Sunday, wasn't it? And I'd made plans for the Saturday because the game was on the Sunday, and then I didn't see the game until I was watching it or getting updates on from Harry actually on the text, and it came in that we'd equalised. It was 1-0 up, and then we'd gone 2-1 down. We'd equalised. So it was actually the first West Ham game I've missed either in person or watching it on TV for. Well, I can't remember the last one I missed actually, a long time ago. And I was flabbergasted when I saw it on match day. I'd obviously seen, everyone saying that it was a shocking decision, but I mean, it was kind of beyond the pale for me. I just, you think if that's the sort of decisions they're giving, then, can you cheer any goals anymore? If they're looking for the tiniest little thing like that, the whole clear and obvious thing is a complete farce. And it's not the first time we've seen it, is it? I mean, it's the second goal we've had disallowed. Obviously, had the one at Forest disallowed.
Yeah.
Antonio was adjudged to have fouled the defender who ran across him. And big problems anyway for VAR. But it kind of makes you wonder how they get it so right in Europe. And we can't.
Not English refs, that's why. It's not VAR. It's been said often on the thread since and prior. It's not VAR that's the problem. It's the people using it in the English game, the problem.
Yeah, but why? But I mean, the pressure, that pressure must exist in Germany, in Spain, Italy, and France. You have, your big clubs there, so that kind of subconscious bias must exist amongst referees. But why? Why are we? Well, perhaps it is happening there. Perhaps we just don't hear about it. But it certainly seems to be a very English disease. West Ham have just had a free kick, by the way, from the left-hand side, which ended up in a blocked shot.
They've now got a corner, but they said they've now got not West Ham, FCSB have got a corner. It's over on the right, looking at our goal. as Dan B's mentioned on the forum as well, you might notice that all the advertising hoardings are black. No adverts tonight.
Yeah, interesting choice that. I mean, that was it could have been worse for West Ham there. That just before that corner come in, Bonner looking a little bit unsure of who was around him as the ball came across from the left hand side. Kind of left it really, really dangerous. You'd expect he must have got some sort of call there, but anyway, we Emerson put it out for a corner, and we're living a little bit dangerously here, aren't we?
We are. It's it sounds odd at the ground, but no, that's no good. Hang on, I'm just going through the thread, and there was a stat that when was that 8-16 to 4? 75-35 to us at the moment. We're now attacking down the what side? Down the right. They've just conceded a throw in. Have we got anyone with a long throw over on the right? Kufau, I suppose, is there. I'm all over the place. My brain ain't with it tonight.
No, I can tell, mate. It's a strange one. I just want to go back quickly to that corner that FCSB had there. Never seen anything quite like that before. They had four players lining
on the keeper
in front of Variola and one behind him, and kind of all pulled off the line when the corner was taken. Very, very unusual. I mean, they got a header out of it, so it's obviously worked out well. But yeah, as you say, West Ham dominating possession at the moment without really dominating the game as such.
Yeah.
You get to have
nice. Here we go. Oh, over here. Oh. Scamacca with a shot from the middle. Charles down by the defender. It was a nice bit of build-up play that as well down the left. Snaps back over on the right with Benrahma through to Lanzini. Sprayed out to the middle to Flynn Downs. Been quite quiet. Declan Rice with a long range. Was that a deflection off of one of theirs? Rice has taken a long range shot. It's gone wide. Can't quite tell if it took a deflection or if it was just. No, it was just Declan Rice hitting it. Oh no, maybe it did. No, yes.
Yeah, to tell you in about 30 seconds. I'll keep
when
it happens. Okay. Well, we'll stick with
it.
It
wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Scamacca again getting into good areas just before that chance. Another shot blocked, but you kind of get the feeling that he might not be too far away. Declan Rice's shot. Let's have a look at the yards. 16, 20. I'll make that 25 yards. Just dragged it wide of the post, the left-hand post. But West Ham, beginning to wake up a little bit now. It's been a very, very quiet opening, as you would expect, given the circumstances surrounding tonight's game, I guess. But Hammer's just beginning to show a little bit of quality, and about time too.
Yeah. We're now building up again on our right with Downs into the middle to Scamacca. That's back to the halfway line with Lanzini. That's on Bonner. Trying to push it over to our left with Declan Rice. Oh, lovely ball to Cornet. He's through here. On the edge of the penalty box. Good challenge by their player, actually. And Cornet can get up. He barely touched you, mate. Gets up. You don't do that here at West Ham Sunshine. And then it's a throw-in to FCSB. So that came to nothing.
Quite impressed by what I've seen from Flynn Downs so far. Looks really, really busy, buzzing around the pitch. Always wants the ball, always making himself available. Seems determined to make the most of his opportunity tonight.
He does, and good. When our signings, I'm not one of these that ever want our signings to fail, so to speak. And when they do well, it can only be good for us. This is a dream, though, isn't it? He's making his debut for his boyhood club in Europe, not even the Premier League. So, what are the Rovers stuff, as they say?
Yeah, it definitely is. Been working hard as well, as we understand, at Rush Green. After got a bit of a chastening, didn't he, from David Moyes, who sort of hinted that don't know, technically or ability-wise, he didn't really sort of stress, but it's sort of indicated that he felt he was quite some way behind the rest of the squad in terms of, being able to challenge for a first-team spot. Do you think that was a good idea from Moyes, mentioning that in public? Do you think it perhaps spurred him on to do a bit better? Do you think it was a bit strong?
He's a funny one, isn't he, Moyes? Because he seems to give it the tough love to Ben Rama as well, didn't he? Over and above everyone else. Maybe he can. Oh, that's got to be a free kick to us, surely. No, that was blatantly a free kick to us. You'll see it on the 33 corner, isn't it? The ref's letting a lot go here, actually, because Cornet's now just giving one of theirs a kick and his won't play on. So, all right, if that's how the game's going to be. And now we've got a corner out of it, happy days. Yeah, it's a funny one, boys. With some players, you'll give a bit of tough love to, like Ben Rama and quite possibly Dan.
Yeah.
Others, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
But it was interesting what he said in the press conference. Was it yesterday? When he said he's not going to name them, but, some players are a bit of an issue, or words to that effect. I was like, that's interesting. He said, I'm not going to name them, but... So we'll find out when they get dropped. And the corner's in, and it's been cleared by them, I think. Ben Rama's now got it again on the right. And, oh, come on, Benny, you should be doing better than... Oh, come on, ref. Right. Ben Rama, when he puts the flag up, mate, don't kick out, give him a kick. Because that's a yellow card, if that was seen by the ref.
Interesting to note that FCSB got some big old lumps out there.
They have.
Dower, the number 5, is a bit of a unit, as is number 18, the Juma. Skamaka not got that sort of aerial advantage that he might otherwise enjoy being 6'5". Looks like there's a couple of very, very big lads, very, very strong unit.
It's very much like the Chelsea game, but we're Chelsea.
Yeah, kind of, very much so in reverse. I mean, where are we at the moment? Possession-wise, West Ham 79% to SB's 21. West Ham 4 shots, not one on target yet. FCSB 3 shots, only one on target. That very early shot, their first effort of the game after 4 minutes, which was hit straight at Areola. After, I think it was Lanzini gave the ball away on the edge of the box. West Ham 4 corners so far, though, and not really threatened at all. The away end quite vociferous at the moment. Certainly enjoying their night out in London, making all the noise in the stadium as you'd expect on a momentous occasion like today. It's a very subdued atmosphere inside the London Olympic Stadium. Not a lot of noise coming from the West Ham end. But anyway, we're just over the midway point of the first half. Still West Ham United 0, FCSB 0. Not much to cheer about, so I've been a very quiet start so far. Oh, a couple of hellos. David O'Rourke and Craven, good to see you on the stream, guys.
And, we have an opposition fan on tonight as well, so long as he behaves.
We do.
Ready.
Yes. Radu Garoshi, indeed.
And Craven Moorhead's on. Hi, gents. Wasn't sure we were doing a stream tonight. Glad you are. Yeah, we weren't sure either until the last minute, mate.
No, very much a last-minute decision. Well, we weren't sure the game was going to go ahead. I mean, I spoke to the club this afternoon and asked what the situation would be in the event of announcement being made before the game, and even the club weren't really sure what was going to happen. They were under the impression that the FA or the or UEFA would make a decision, and of course that's what happened in the end. We saw that confirmation from the club that had been advised or told to keep the game on. Man United are playing as well, aren't they, tonight in the Europa League, Nick? I think.
I've got no idea with what's going on with other clubs, to be brutally honest.
Yeah, but so it's all a very, very late decision. No one really knew what was happening. Everything was up in the air today, and anyway, the game proceeds as planned. And here we are, just over 26 minutes gone. Still goalless, still waiting for our first shot on target for West Ham so far. It's been very, very quiet out there. Yeah, what do you make of Skamaka so far? Obviously, he's been out for 10 days or so with that unexplained injury. or illness, should we say?
I think is the only word that you can describe him. We've just had an in-swinging corner. That's got to be handball.
Okay.
Oh, that's another. Is that another corner, or is that another? That was Lanzini scuffing it wide. Oh, looked like a handball there in the box from one of their players. Let's have a look. They're showing a replay. Oh, comes off his hip and then onto the hand. So no. With VAR, it wouldn't have been given.
Let's say Dower, the big centre half for FCSB, is doing a sterling job at the heart of their defence tonight.
Yes,
made some really important blocks already. Looks like a bit of a player, actually.
He does. I think Cornet's just made the wrong decision. Have you seen the cross that he did when he was in quite a bit of space?
On the right-hand side, in the
on the
box.
right. Yeah, I think he made the wrong decision there. I think he should have gone for goal.
Right, yeah.
And he's offside. That was a tight one.
Yeah, he could have had a go, couldn't he? There's definitely an opportunity there, but can't be too critical, I suppose. One of those.
Who was that player that we had that used to love being in that position, taking a shot? We let him go. What's his name? Ukrainian bloke. He used to love a shot from there, didn't he, with his left foot?
Yarmolenko from the left-hand side.
Bloke, yeah.
He scored many goals, didn't he, cutting him from the left. Of course, that famous one against Chelsea that confirmed our survival 2 years ago, was it now? 2 seasons ago? Doesn't seem as long as that, does it? But time flies when you're having fun.
Well, that was nearly 1-0. Not to us. I missed it because I was checking the stream on the YouTube comments. And I missed that. Oh, who was that? That was number 12. Downs has been robbed in the middle, but that was good from Kera to. He's won the ball back. Their player's gone down in the middle like he's been shot.
I'm just waiting for that chance to come up on my screen. But we seem to be getting caught out a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good chance. I mean, Emerson. Oh, he's a lucky boy there. He's a lucky boy. The cross has come over from the left, completely missed it. And the FCSB player coming at the back stick. Now, if that was Aaron Cresswell, Nick,
he would have been getting slaughtered.
He'd be getting absolute pelters by now, wouldn't he? By some sections of the fan base. Wonderful challenge put in by Tilo Kera, I should point out, just after that. He's left their striker rolling around on the turf and I don't think that's mock agony. I think that genuinely hurt, that one. Yes. Massive, strong challenge from Kera. Went straight through him. I think it's a Campagno. Yeah, it was Campagno who's wondering why he didn't get a free kick for that. But anyway. Is that the one you're referring to, Steve? Says play acting by FCSB. Or maybe you're talking about another incident, but I think he genuinely felt that one. I'm not sure if that's the one you're referring to. I'm not sure I'd agree on that occasion. But Howard, also a quick thank you. Manu Sociedad. Presume that's in reference to my question about who else was playing this evening. Thank you for that, Howard. Craven asks, are all the games off this weekend or will they be? It's not been confirmed yet, but we're fairly certain they will be off. In fact, I think it's pretty much a guarantee they'll be off. We're going to be entering a period of national mourning now, so I don't think there's any chance at all any games are going to be played this weekend, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. But I wouldn't make any plans for going to watch the Newcastle game anyway, that's for sure. 31 minutes gone, Nick. Still goalless.
Still goalless. 31 minutes gone. Emerson's actually made a good challenge over on the far side, and the Romanian players made a hell of a meal of it. The referee's giving him a talking to, telling him to calm down. I can understand why he's getting up with it, because it was a good challenge. Nothing wrong with it. It was hard.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Night-night, Zuki.
Bye-bye.
It didn't seem to be an awful lot in it, did there? And as we always say, you can always tell when someone's not injured because they start rolling around and pivoting around on the turf.
Yeah, when you're hurt, you tend to stay still because
you don't exactly. It's ludicrous and a perfectly fine challenge. The referee actually says, I think he's saying you got the ball, but just keep it down. He stood on Kerr's boot and thought he ought to fall over. Maybe, Steve. Maybe you're right. But still an hour to go. Lots of time wasting to go if that's their plan. It's absolutely bucketing down at the London Olympic Stadium.
It's a bit grim. It's on the grim side.
It is. That's torrential, I think, is the word to describe that. A
Cats
deluge, in fact. Cats and dogs. Absolutely bucketing down there. What do you make of the game so far, guys? Let us know in the comments.
Again, over on the far side, another challenge from Emerson, and their players made a bit of a meal of it. And I can understand his frustration, but Emerson's going to need to kind of rein it in so he don't get a booking for dissent.
Yeah.
I know it's quite unjust. It's very unjust. Their players are chucking themselves everywhere now. And the ref's buying it, so they're now doing it. But nonetheless, Emerson needs to rein it in a bit so we don't end up carded. Oh, this is going to be 1-0. It is 1-0. 1-0 to FCSB. Absolutely shocking defending. Ball from our left. No, our right, from their left. Cross. Player completely unmarked, runs into the box. That's 1-0.
But they can't believe their luck so far.
No, and to be honest, we haven't threatened them enough. It is. It's like the Chelsea game, isn't it? They're us this time. Yeah, could have Bonner have done? Oh, yeah, Bonner could have done. There's no point dissecting it. I think the whole defence is kind of switched off. But who's our right back?
Soufal. I mean, it stems again. I hate to bring him into it, but it stems from Kehrer losing a tackle 30 yards from goal. Involved in that, but again, Emerson. I'm glad. I hate to say it, but I'm glad that that's not Cresswell out there. That the players ghosted by at the far post, because he would have been let's be honest, neither fullback really painted themselves in covered themselves in glory there, did they, on that occasion? Emerson's completely gone missing. Soufal easily beaten on his side. Collective gaff from West Ham defence, and nice finish from FCSB. It's game on. West Ham got a lot of work to do now.
There they come again. We're all over the place now. Even Rice trying to pass the ball back to Emerson's just booted it behind him. So Emerson's now had to run 10 yards backwards, stop it going out for him. Oh, and he's done it again. Not Emerson, Declan. He's making passes. And then nowhere near the player he's passing to. What is going on? And now the commentators are rubbing it in that we've only ever won once against the Romanian opposition.
To be fair, we've only played him about 3 times, haven't we? I think.
Timor-Sol, Stade Bucharest, these when they were.
We played them twice in the.
No, not these. The Gugu lot.
Astrajurju.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a few.
Anyway, West Ham got it all to do. It might not only be us, Nick, wishing that the game hadn't gone ahead by the time this one's up. If West Ham don't pull their finger out and start playing a bit.
Right, there's a call. Right, we've now got another corner. Come on, you irons.
West Ham with the corner.
Yeah.
Need to make the most of one of these at some point. Not happening at the moment, though. Just not happening at the moment.
Nothing. No. It's still waiting for the corners to come in. He's having a go at the ref's having a go at the Romanian player for pushing and shoving. The ball's coming in and awful. Benrahma back out to the right. Lanzini's taking a ricochet off the defender. Flynn Downs back to Lanzini into the centre. They're just crowding us out. They're not letting us play. They're defending resolutely, totally. And let's cross in. Oh, headed from Scamacca into the ground over the bar.
Yep,
we're going to score. We are going to score in this game. I can't see us not. Famous last words.
Well, let's hope so.
But again, it's a bit of shirt pulling there by the Romanians. Again, if that was VAR, you never know. But we shouldn't be relying on this, should we? Shouldn't be saying, "Oh, look, there's shirt push." If there was VAR, we should be putting this game out of the way. Are we not?
Yeah. Well, those optimistic predictions before the game not coming to fruition just yet.
That's a yellow from Cornet. Oh, yellow for Cornet. I've got to see this challenge because there look nothing in it. What is it? He's just reached round and put his hand in the face of the Romanian player. He got himself a silly ball.
So there we go. Just coming up to 39 minutes. West Ham 0, FCSB 1. The Ham's trading to that 34th minute goal. Just trying to see who scored the opening goal for the for the visitors. It was Andre Cordea converting Darius Solaru's cross from the left-hand side. As Nick says, Cornet in the book. First player of the evening booked, putting his hand out, catching an opponent in the face. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure there's anything in it. It's Cretu who's gone down like a cretin, quite frankly.
He is, but then if he doesn't reach around to grab him, then he doesn't give the bloke an opportunity to go down. You know, it's obvious. Look, they're just throwing themselves about on the floor, and the ref's buying it every single time. And we know what they're doing. Don't give them the opportunity to do it.
We had some very good, on the whole. I mean, there was the obvious odd exception, but on the whole, we had some very good referees, didn't we, in the Europa League last year?
We did. We
We're very lucky.
We're on the break now. We're on the break. Who we got here? Number 20. Oh, bowling for Benrahma. It's a corner, but he needs to be doing better. He needs to be hitting it first time so that the defender ain't got a chance to run in front of him. He's really... If Benrahma's going to play, I'd be swap. If he's going to stay on the pitch, I'd be swapping him and Cornet over, I think.
I was just going to ask you that. Obviously, they've switched. There's a tactical reason behind this why they're playing on the opposite sides, presumably so they can cut in. But it's not worked so far, is it, for West Ham at all? We've not seen anything of them really.
Absolutely awful corner from Lanzini. It's cleared everybody. And then the header from. Who's that? Scamacca's gone wide. Just more wasteful play. We look rusty again.
Yeah, very much so. Our corners have been, on the whole, pretty desperate, haven't they?
They have
all season so far, I think.
Yeah.
Have we scored from a set piece? I'm not sure we have.
No, well, we've only scored 2 league goals all season, haven't we? So
I'm trying to think the V-board games whether we scored from a corner.
I don't think we did we?
Seems so long ago. It's all of a week ago.
I mean, don't forget that we've got Antonio and Bowen, but we've still got the cavalry on the bench.
Yeah, you get the feeling that the likes of Bowen, as you say, Antonio, Paqueta might be used a little bit earlier than had been anticipated at this stage. It's just interesting going back to that call. It's actually a really, really good chance for Scamacca. He's unmarked.
Yeah, it's like he don't know where the goal is.
really good. Yeah, he's really good opportunity, and that's surprising because that's really looked his forte, isn't it? So far, is his prowess in the air, his aerial ability, and got his lines completely wrong. They couldn't find the target at all.
No, I'm just clinging on to the hope that sitting on a bench, we've got Antonio, we've got Bowen, we've got Paqueta. Oh, this is one on the keeper. Oh, has he missed that? For goodness sake. That's Scamacca and all. Maybe he knows men needs to go back, sit on a toilet or something, and we bring Antonio on. Because that was absolutely shocking from the Italian stallion. That should have been a goal.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Another one of those West Ham strikers who, fluffs his lines in those situations.
Flynn down.
Biggest chance, best chance, Nick, so far? Best chance of the game?
Without a shadow of a doubt. That was more of a chance than his header, I think. I honestly thought that was in. Now we've got Kara down.
He has got it. I think you've got to give a little bit of credit to Tam there for just putting him under a little bit of pressure. But yeah, I mean, he's fluffed his lines totally, hasn't he? There, he's made a right hash of that. But also going to give a bit of credit to Flynn Downs for playing him in. It was a good ball, good vision by Flynn to find him. But yeah, he scuffed it and he's just scuffed the shot.
I think Kara might be a bit in trouble. Yeah, I don't know if he's done his shoulder or what. He's gone up to hit the ball. Nothing in it really. Their players moved out of the way, and he's taken a heavy landing on his shoulder by the looks of things. It's and he wasn't rolling them out.
No, there you go. There's the difference. I mean, that's that could be a dislocation. You've seen those sort of injuries straight on his shoulder. It's quite a height he's fallen from, bang onto his shoulder. In some serious discomfort there, the German international. Not great. Maybe half time will suit us well here. The opportunity to regroup and for Moyes and the team to get into the players and remind them that even though this is a very subdued occasion, still expecting a lot more from the team.
Oh dear, I think Trevor Sinclair might have been on the sauce again today.
All right,
if his tweet is anything to go by.
Okay.
Racism was outlawed in England in the 60s, and it's been allowed to thrive. So why should black and brown mourn? #Queen. Yeah, all right, Trev. Simon Jordan. Trev, I'm not really sure that's an appropriate thought, let alone a tweet. This country's lost a very significant person, and respect and values should be overriding sentiments and not colour. That's, oh dear.
Sounds like Mr. Sinclair failing to read the room properly there, but strange. But anyway, back to the game where we're in added on time at the end of the first half. Have you seen how many minutes were added on?
2 minutes added on.
2 added on. G says, I heard the new Lord of the Rings show is pretty bad. I might go and watch it now. Yeah, it's could be marginally less dreadful than what we've witnessed in this opening half here at the London Olympic Stadium. Hammers trailing by a goal to nil and not really looking like getting back into the game. But pretty woeful stuff. Do we expect changes at half time, Nick, do you reckon?
I'd like to think so, yes. I would like to think so.
Do you know what struck me most about this first half? And this is huge credit to our opponents tonight. The amount of block shots that we've had. I can count 6, 7, maybe 8.
Yeah.
Block shots in the first half. Some last-ditch tackles. Brilliant. They've defended superbly, SB tonight. And they've actually had the perfect half, haven't they? They've sat back, soaked up the pressure, waited for their opportunities and pounced on them when they've come. I mean, to be fair, they could have had 2 or 3 goals here. Header was narrowly over. There was that chance where Emerson was just before they scored, actually. Emerson missed the cross, and there was that header at the far post, an easy one for Areola in the end. But they've had chances. FCSB. They could quite conceivably be 2 or 3 ahead. Not been good.
But then by the same token, if Scamacca has got his head and shooting boots on, if Cornet had made the right decision and shot rather than crossed, you know, could say the same about us. Only we
Absolutely.
We don't have a goal. So there's the half-time whistle. I need to quickly run and do my ablutions, and I will be back shortly.
Okay. Well, I'll see you on the other side. I'm going to take a break as well in just a minute. So I'll catch you in a minute. Well, I'm still watching the added on timing because my stream is so incredibly slow tonight. But obviously a very, very disappointing first half for West Ham, and just not the races so far. Nick rightly saying this, Scamacca, but you know, Scamacca looks like a player who's been on the toilet for the last 10 days, doesn't he? He's just been completely off it so far in this game. There is the halftime whistle from my stream. 2 minutes and 2 seconds played, added on at the end of the half. West Ham United 0, FCSB 1 at the break. The only goal coming in the 34th minute. A tap in at the far post for Andre Correa to give the visitors an unexpected advantage at the break here. West Ham really not in the game at all, or at least not threatening the opposition goal at all. Certainly been in the game, but just not threatening the goal. Let's have a quick look at the halftime stats. West Ham 73% possession to FCSB's 27. West Ham, look at this statistic. This doesn't sum up the first half. Nothing does. 11 shots, 0 on target. Unbelievable statistic. In stark contrast, the opposition 5 shots, 3 on target, 1 goal. West Ham 7 corners, FCSB only 1. West Ham conceding 5 fouls to FCSB's 4. Yeah, pretty much sums up the first half. Those statistics, like 11 shots, not 1 on target. Scamacca definitely, as Steve says in the live chat, looks like he needs a reset, and yeah, just not happening for West Ham at the moment. We are joined by Gnome, who I'm going to bring down into the screen here, if I may, or we've got the top of Gnome's head anyway. There he is.
There he is. Sorry, I was having trouble connecting. I was having trouble connecting your headphones in. So
no problem, buddy. I'm just going to try and get you into the screen, the right size. For some reason, you're not resizing. I don't know why, but anyway, you seem to have. Where's that, Nick? I don't know. Oh, hang on, I've got the wrong one selected. There we go. That's what we're looking for. As it looks so far to you, no?
Disappointing. You know, we've looked fairly comfortable, really, but without. You know, you just wanted to step up. Just up the pace a little bit. You know, Ben Rama's been a bit infuriating for me. You know, he's taking too long on the ball. You know, when there are players out there, you know, there's a quick pass that might sort of set us up and cause problems. He's taking 2-3 touches, by which time the players close down. You know, stupid goal giveaway. But you know, it's a bit muted in here for perhaps obvious reasons as well. Yeah, all the so far is disappointing. Scamacca doesn't look 100%, and wouldn't surprise me to see Antonio on the second half. He had that one glorious chance where he really did look rusty, looked like a player for 6 to 10 days ago. So yeah, want a bit more about us in the second half.
Yeah, I'm just laughing. I've just seen Steve Steve Palmer's comment says, "My word, Gnome is massive."
Everywhere I go.
Indeed, he is. Indeed, he is.
I am a little bit cheesed off. You know, I'm one of the people they displaced for matches. Now, I had major problems trying to get because the window didn't open for me, but when I was supposed to have it, only by sort of using an email address that somebody in person that had to know didn't get sorted out. But I'm 10 seats away from my seat, and the reason I'm displaced is I'm told that it's so that there are tickets for a UEFA delegation and for segregation reasons. And that block is completely and utterly full of Romanian stewards. Now, somebody did report it to the stewards who basically aren't interested in the slightest.
Right.
It's a good job that it's only about 3/4. Difficult to tell how full the ground is until the other sides look about 3/4. This side where you sit in the it's fortunate that it's relatively quiet here, because on a normal Saturday when it's full, the goal would have seen a few people getting ranked, I think. But it's not on. I appreciate that there's genuine reasons for me being moved and others being moved, but somebody's obviously just it's they like the delegates, and there's somebody's sort of pocketing the tickets and then going around the corner flogging off to someone who's flogging to the moment. That is not only not on, it's also illegal in this country. So more to come on that in the next few days, I suspect.
Yes, there was I've seen a few comments on social media, people saying how many opposition fans there seems to be in the home end tonight, and areas usually designated for home fans, so it's certainly out there anyway. Getting back to the game, where are we? Where are we? Where are we going wrong tonight so far? Obviously, having 11 shots and not having one on target is a pretty bad start.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a number of occasions where we've got into promising positions where we haven't actually made the room for the shot and still shot anyway.
Yeah.
So they're getting blocked in now. We need a bit more intelligence and now some subtlety up front. And when we are sort of moving away and building up from the back, we've got to be quicker. We've got to stop pondering on the ball and taking 3 touches, then passing. There was one, I think it was Downs, promising positions at left midfield. Yeah. And the ball was screaming out for it to be played inside the fullback for Cornet to run onto. And instead he played it outside, almost at Cornet's feet. He had to check his run, come back, and he ended up losing the ball. And a little bit more intelligence. I thought Downs has had a reasonable game in general.
We were saying actually on the stream just before he came on that he's probably been the highlight of the first half. He looked like the player most likely to. He wants the ball. You can see he's really putting in 100% out there to try and make a statement. But and of course he played that ball in for the really good chance for Skamaka when he dragged it across the box in the when was that? The 42nd minute.
Yeah, there's a little bit of touch of the nobles about him, perhaps.
Yeah. He's very much so. Yeah.
But I have been impressed with him. It's just that one particular occasion, and I think it may not have been him. I think it was him, but it was just frustrating. I mean, I was going to see it from here, but
yeah. Skamaka, looking very much like a player who's not kicked the ball for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah. I was just saying the chap was sat behind me. But even before that, we were saying he doesn't look quite there. And then when he got that that ball played through to him, so you might be hearing some applause. What they've done is they've put photograph of Her Majesty presenting Bobby Moore's World Cup. When they had a sort of the PA system didn't really work particularly well, but we had no bubbles when they came out. And there was obviously, I'm not sure if it was supposed to be a minute silence or a minute of applause, but the players were lined up in the middle, and the crowd spontaneously broke into the national anthem, which was quite a nice touch. Liverpool supporters couldn't note. And
a little bit reminiscent of Villa Park in 2006.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But it was spontaneous, and you know, some old kicks or something. He did bring a little bit of like singing it along with yeah.
Okay, I can tell you, Naomi, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the other group game has finished 1-0 to Anderlecht. The Belgians getting off to a winning start, beating the Danish Silkeborg in the other game in the group, so they're currently topping the table.
I still think we'll win this, to be honest.
Yeah,
I still think we'll win this. Yeah, we've got 5 minutes, and we just need to sort of say a little bit more urgency, a little bit more. It's almost like the sort of general prevailing atmosphere of the day you might have got through to one or two of the players, maybe. I mean, you know,
yeah,
one's English there, sort of thing, but you know, if you're in an atmosphere in a country where something major like that's happened, it's bound to sort of pervade through somewhere.
Absolutely. It just
I mean, I've been travelling a lot. I was actually travelling here when the announcement was formally made, so I'm a little bit behind with various bits and pieces. Has there been any comment about the weekend's fixtures at all?
There's no official statement as yet, but you know, we sort of understand from protocol that was established. We've all seen those documents that there's going to be no games for the next 10 days at least. So we're expecting it to be called off anyway, but it hasn't been officially announced.
Yeah. Okay. And I was just wondering if I can tell people around the crew better on. So no official announcement on that. But, yeah, I mean, very sad though.
How is the atmosphere inside the ground? I mean,
very muted indeed. I mean, when the players came out, obviously they didn't play bubbles, but the crowd again sort of will be denied their chance to sing it. But that's kind of been it from the home support, because it was a little bit sheltered. I mean, we knew it was coming, but when it happens, you know, it's still a bit of a shock sort of thing. So the crowd is very subdued.
I don't know if you've noticed it around the stadium, but none of the advertising boards are showing any adverts.
Yeah,
they're all blacked out.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that actually. I knew there was something didn't look quite right, sort of thing.
Yeah,
right. But yeah, good spot that.
Yeah, we credit Dan on the live chat for mentioning it first. He brought it to our attention, but clearly something that the club have done.
That's a nice touch. I think that's good.
Yeah, very much so. And obviously that would have cost the club a fair bit in advertising revenue. So nice to see. But anyway, we must be about to kick off the second half. Can't be.
No.
Any sign of the players yet?
No, sign of the players yet. It's just the those sort of the racing car seats. So well, it's coming out now.
Here we go. Sounds like there's some action. Macca's there.
Oh, he is. Yeah, sorry. I glanced away.
No sign of.
Two subs coming on.
Okay. Who have we got?
Paqueta's 11, isn't it?
Yeah, Paqueta's on.
Paqueta's on for and Bowen. Paqueta and Bowen. And Antonio, 3 coming on. Antonio's. So we thought changes were going to be needed.
Okay. So any sign of Cornet? You say Skamaka's out there?
You said stuff down there. I wasn't sure I saw him. So I was just waiting for the to come up. I think
bringing the A team on.
So,
yeah. Anyway, we can definitely 3 introductions to signing players coming up. Paqueta, Bowen, Antonio, Noma's confirmed.
Skamaka's off. And Ben Rama's off. And so it's Antonio and Paqueta on Lanzini.
Cornet? Is there any sign of Cornet? Or Lanzini? Must be Cornet or Lanzini.
Yeah, Lanzini's gone off.
Yeah, well.
Lanzini off. Okay, so confirmation, that's 3 on 3 off. Paqueta, Bowen and Antonio on for Skamaka, Ben Rama and Lanzini, bringing you the news first from our man there at the stadium.
As the bloke behind me just said, we've got the A team on now. And I think Antonio will lose his head. Anyway,
Okay,
I shall depart, and I'll try and get on again at the end of the game.
All right, buddy. Okay, thank you very much, and have a good second half. Hopefully, we'll be a bit happier after 90 minutes. Take care, mate. See you soon.
Bye.
There you go. Gnome live and direct from the London Olympic Stadium for us. Bringing us the news of a triple substitution for West Ham. Lucas Paqueta, Jared Bowen, Michael Antonio coming on for Gianluca Scamacca, Saïd Benrahma and Manuel Lanzini at half-time, as our friend who is sitting behind Gnome there said the A-team is coming on now. There you go. We've just seen confirmation on the TV for those of us watching on your screens. Big changes for West Ham. David Moyes clearly unhappy with what he saw in the first half. There you go, Steve. BT just starting up, confirming those substitutions. Excuse me. Pardon me. Yeah, AD says, good to see we can now change things up early. Yeah. And hopefully we'll see the best of... I'm quite looking forward to seeing Paqueta and Antonio together. I think they're going to make a decent pairing up there, working together. Bowen hopefully will find his mojo again. He's not been firing on all cylinders, has he, so far this season? Had the odd glimpse of a decent appearance, odd half. Villa, he played really well in the second half, but just not really been at the races this season. Not, as I said, not firing on all cylinders so far. But anyway, David Moyes throwing a bit of caution to the wind, making 3 changes, clearly unhappy, well, understandably so, with what he saw. West Ham 11 shots in that first half, none on target. Gianluca Scamacca, probably the guiltiest player. Just looking through my notes, 22 minutes, dragged a shot wide. The header into the ground and over on 38 minutes, 41 minutes, a header wide from across on the left, and the 42nd minute, the scuff shot when it was played in by Flynn Downs. 4 chances for Scamacca. Didn't hit the target with any of them. So I'm clearly suffering a few ill effects still from that illness that's kept him out for a couple of weeks. So West Ham, anyway, game underway, second half, kicking from right to left at the London Olympic Stadium. A goal behind, needing to hopefully get a goal back early. Nick will be back with us very soon, I hope. Hope everything's okay. And that I'll not be sailing this ship alone in the second half. I was hoping to jump off myself for a couple of minutes, but it hasn't happened. Anyway, David Moyes throwing on his big, thick winter jacket as the rain buckets down once again at the London Olympic Stadium in the second half. What are you thinking about this second half team? Let me know in the comments below. You think West Ham are going to turn this around, like Gnome says? You fancy us to turn this one around and get a win, or would you take a draw right now? Let me know what you think. Perhaps you think FCSB are going to go and score another, secure a surprise win. I think they're going to be defending for their lives this half, that's for sure. But we'll see if West Ham have got what it takes to break them down. I'll try my best, Steve. Yeah, I'll try my best. A yellow card for Angelo Ogbonna in the second minute of the second half. Very, very late into the challenge there by the Italian centre half, completely missing the ball. No intent, no malice intended, but a clear foul on number 18, who's a Juma, as he was racing through. And that's West Ham's second yellow card of the game. Maxwell Cornet given a yellow 6 minutes ahead of the halftime break for putting his hand out into Cretu's face. Cretu, the Romanian, throwing himself to the ground at the time. But anyway, just waiting for Ajuma to receive treatment before the free kick's taken. I do apologise if you're ahead of me on your stream. I'm quite some way behind, but with Nick not on the stream currently, I shall take you through what's happening in front of me. I can only tell you what I'm seeing, so I do apologise, as I say, if I'm some way behind you. If you haven't got a stream, then there you go. Going back to, we've seen some very negative comments about Trevor Sinclair on social media tonight. That rather strange tweet from Trevor Sinclair earlier is getting a lot of criticism on social media, and not surprising either. Nick's back with us now. Pleased to see him back in the building. Apologise for that. It's okay. We just to bring you up to date, we've just seen Angelo Ogbonna booked for a late challenge on Ajuma. We're just seeing the resulting free kick coming now. West Ham made 3 changes at the half-time interval, Nick.
Yes, they did. I could hear everything. I could hear your dulcet tones.
Oh, I see. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes. I don't know if you ever remember a Grand Prix once upon a time. I know you're not into F1, are you? When Martin Brundle was doing a grid walk, after Pele had appeared, and he went up to Kimi Räikkönen and said, "So Kimi, what do you think of Trevor Sinclair?" And his answer was basically what I had to do quite urgently. If you don't know it, I'm not going to say on air, but there will be people on the stream that may remember what Kimi Räikkönen said.
Okay. You'll have to PM me that one because I'm not aware of what it was. I'm getting the feeling it wasn't particularly complimentary anyway, but a very strange thing to say by Trevor Sinclair. But he seems to have his moments, doesn't he, where he kind of goes off the rail and again fails to read the room properly. And sadly, it seems another one of those occasions tonight. Anyway, West Ham on the attack on my. Where are you, Nick, on your stream? Let me know how far we are. I'm on 49 minutes exactly right now.
I'm on 49-47, and it's still 1-0.
Okay, I've just seen Emerson take a rather speculative shot from about 20 yards, much to the annoyance of Maxwell Cornet, who was on his left and waiting for the ball. But anyway, West Ham getting forward. I suppose we should be grateful for that. But it's a 12th shot off target in this game. Still waiting for our first shot on target, which is remarkable.
Yes,
I didn't get the chance. By the way,
yes, go on.
Sorry, mate. I was just going to say I didn't get the chance to have a break because Noam, as soon as you left, Noam was on, and he was there with us for the duration of half time. So I might have to dip out for 2 or 3 minutes in just a little while, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Old age, you see. I'll say no more. But yeah.
If you take your phone, you can watch the YouTube video that I've just sent you on Facebook Messenger with the Kimi Räikkönen thing.
Okay.
And I'm
going to watch that in. I've got to turn the sound down, but.
Oh no! If the sound's down, then you're not going to know. It's.
I'll not get the gist of it. No, there's no subtitles or anything like that. Okay, I'll save that one. I'll save that one for just a minute. All right. Oh, I can see. Yeah, I can see what's going on. All right. Anyway, where are we? 51 minutes gone. West Ham still trading. Need a goal. Need something to happen. And the big guns on. Bowen, Paqueta, Antonio, all on at half time for the disappointing Scamacca, Benrahma and Lanzini as West Ham trail still. And lots more rolling around going on out there at the moment, Nick, by these the Romanians.
As per usual, it seems. So yes, the quotation on this video is, it said Kimi Räikkönen doesn't seem too interested in the proceedings that have gone on up there. Kimi, you missed their presentation by Pele. Will you get over it? And I was having a shit. And that was live on TV to Martin Brundle.
Nice.
Hilarious. There we go. Try and add a little bit of lightness to the mood. So you're going to leave me to get on.
I'm all right. I'm good for a minute, but I'm thinking that there's 40 minutes to go yet, so it might be necessary at some point between now and then. But anyway, we're good. We're hanging fine at the moment.
Well, good. Lovely.
Just we'll have to have a look at the match thread. I'm sure that makes for interesting reading at the moment. But see if we can pick 1 or 2 comments out of there in just a little while.
Let's have a look, which is what it's. I feel like, yeah, that's a bit true. Bonzo's beard. I feel we could play all night and not score. Bowen Downs looked decent. Benrahma was trying to do much as usual. That's from Sendo. Pleasantly surprised by Downs. Sally's special. Oh, that's ages ago. That's page 18. It's gone up to page 31. So let's go forward a little bit. 23, 24, page 28. There we go. Not a lot really. Paqueta on for Lanzini. That's about it, really. Mother of God, we are awful. That was Hugh Jargon. If Scamacca
got that right. We certainly have been so far.
We haven't been great, have we?
No, it's not been a vintage performance.
No.
I think I've just seen Emerson go in the book for his latest in a succession of fouls. I'm not quite sure there's anything in that. Again, it's the number 98 Cordeia involved, the goal scorer. It's actually backed into Emerson. I mean, any referee worth his salt will have seen what happened there. Emerson stood his ground. Cordeia's backed in, forced him over the top, and it's a yellow card. It's a crazy decision.
Yeah, he's been awful, absolutely awful. This ref, he's bought all their play acting and cheating. Not giving fouls when he needs to. He's missed a penalty. Now, what are we doing up here? We're trying to knock it about in our own corner. We just can't seem to get out. It's atrocious.
Emerson,
this could be two here, you know, if this carries on.
Not
and
good.
You'd like to think that we'd get a decent result against these so that it'd give us a bit of confidence, but instead it's completely the opposite. Oh, that was a good challenge.
As AD Star rightly points out, Nick, we've got 3 players on a yellow card now.
Yeah.
Cornet booked after 39 minutes, Ogbonna 47, Emerson on the 54th minute just then.
I don't think that any of these have got booked in.
No, not yet. Not a single one. Not a single one.
We've got a free kick off the ref. Good lord. Ironic cheers coming around the London Stadium.
Long way to go yet. A lot of despondency about in the atmosphere, one can sense.
Yeah,
not just at the stadium, but here on the stream as well, and in the comments and on the forum.
See, Emerson's just been fouled, and the referees waved it away. And as soon as you brush one of theirs and they goes down, he's giving the free kick. It's this referee performance is he just needs a punch in the mouth, doesn't he? Really. Not that I don't take violence, but I'll make an exception for this idiot. No, he's been shocking, absolutely shocking.
Yep. Yeah, he's not had a great game. So I suppose one thing we should you know, we're struggling for positive so far, but one is that Tilo Kehrer appears to have shaken off that shoulder injury that looked like it could be quite nasty in the first half. So that's a good sign anyway. But West Ham still looking at 6s and 7s at the moment out there, struggling. Emerson needs to calm down as well because he's getting a little bit irate out there, and you can quite conceivably see him getting a second yellow the way things are going. The only problem is we haven't got any. Well, we have got an option. The only potential substitute we've got out there is young Clayton, Regan Clayton, who's is he 16, 17?
17, I think he said.
17 years old. Incredible.
It's
born November 2004, so not 18 years old for a couple of months yet. So great experience for the young lad anyway. You never know, might get thrown into the action at this rate. The way things are going. 57 minutes gone. West Ham United 0, FCSB of Romania 1. The only goal of the game so far coming in the 34th minute. Andrei Cordeia scoring for the visitors to shock and stun and silence a home crowd that's already lacking in decibels due to the situation and today's sad news. I wonder if David Moyes is thinking about making any more changes, Nick. You know, sort of opening 12, 13 minutes gone. Haven't really tested the opposition yet. Lucas Paqueta, pretty anonymous so far. I've not really seen him, have we, since he came?
No, not at all. Absolutely chucking it down with rain, and he's probably like, see, it's another foul by them in the middle. Ref waves it on, and they come down our left, right, even. And you know, on another day, if their striker there has got his shooting boots on, that could have been a goal. We played awful, do not get me wrong, but this ref has given us absolutely nothing whatsoever. And Bowen fouled, refs played it on. Cornet, come on! Oh, finally, he's given a free kick, is he? No, throw in. It's
Nick. sorry, just going back a few seconds, we can't let it go unnoticed. I mean, Lucas Paqueta's thrown himself to the ground. I think we've just seen the worst shot, possibly not of the night, but it's going to be a contender for worst shot of the season. Correa cut inside from the left-hand side. He's taken aim. it's a bit like one of my golf shots. It's kind of swerved away to the left. It's not even reached the corner flag. It's gone out for a throw-in to West Ham. It's that bad, about 10 yards away from the corner flag. Shocking stuff. But anyway, a bit of light relief from what's been a pretty dreadful match for West Ham so far.
Yes.
Bowen perhaps guilty of holding on to the ball for a little bit too long there. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, none of our big players are performing. We're just seeing Paqueta just starting to get into the game and just played a nice little ball out on the right-hand side a few moments ago to Soufal, who's decided that he's going to go for the worst pass of the night.
You're going to see this in a minute. O'Connor and one of their players. How has the ref decided? All right, okay, I'll take that one back. Oggy had a load of his shirt, but it was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Guess what direction the free kick's gone?
Go on. I wonder. Yeah, it's been a bit like that tonight, hasn't it? All over. Yeah. We've not been given anything by this referee so far, but you know, not one really to sit there and blame officials for our woes. It's you make your own luck to a degree. You know, 12 shots, not one on. Still without a shot on target, aren't we? I think. Yep, 12 shots, none on target.
Oh, here we go.
Only one shot.
Wow, cool day.
Since half time.
Oh, dreadful. We've got a free kick. Goodness me. And they finally got their first booking. Foul on Antonio over on the left. He was breaking. To be fair, we tried to keep him on his feet, but momentum just took him down for once. But he was knocked off. That was a blatant foul and a rightful booking. Oh dear. So we've got a free kick over on the left. Who's over it? I can't see. Come on, camera.
Emerson, maybe? Or it's Cresswell territory normally, but obviously he's not out there tonight.
Cornet. Being told to wait for the whistle.
I mean, interesting. It's Dower. Sorry, I will stick with you, Nick, for the free kick.
They're a team full of units, aren't they?
They are. There's some big lads out there, yeah.
And the whistle's blown. In swing of it doesn't even clear the second man. Awful, absolute waste. And you know, for a bloke that's got eyes on starting games and in the first team, he's not doing himself any favours, is he, at the moment?
Sorry, who are we talking about?
Cornet.
No, he's not in a good game at all, is he?
No,
I've got to say that the free kick decision, I think, and the decision to book Dower was probably just as bad as any decision I've seen him give against us. So that was a terrible decision. I don't think he failed Antonio at all, and let alone booked him. But anyway, it's been very, very. Actually, he hasn't been inconsistent. Referee, he's been consistently poor. So for both sides now, and yeah, you're absolutely right. Anyway, come back to that free kick. Absolutely dreadful delivery by Cornet. Dare I say it? But we're badly missing out on Cresswell out there tonight.
He's just done exactly the same on Antonio that he did for the booking.
Yeah.
And he's given the free kick, and this time the ref hasn't given him a card because he knows it'll have to be a red.
Yeah.
But we now got a free kick in a similar type of position.
Okay. Need to make this one count.
Let's hope Cornet does move with it. It's Emerson. No, it's not Cornet this time. It's Emerson. Let's see where this one goes.
I mean,
that's better. Oh, see, at least that one got in the mixer. It's been cleared. But it cleared the first man and was in the mixer. So, you know.
Well, we're getting closer.
It's an improvement.
We should say hello to Tyrone Tully, coming all the way from Canada, watching the game tonight. Coming to you, Iron, says Tyrone. Good to see you on the stream, buddy. Let's hope we've got something for you to cheer very soon. We're beginning to run out of time a little bit now. 64 gone. Nick.
I think
Penalty?
I think it's a penalty.
I think it is. I think it is a penalty. I know that because Dan's just posted it down there to say we've got, where is it? Over there, to say there's a penalty.
Now the keeper's making out. The keeper's making out now he's broken.
Yeah.
Cracking ball in from Paqueta. Oh.
Who's taking this though, Nick?
Paqueta, I suppose.
Surely not Declan Rice again. Surely not Declan.
Actually, no, maybe not. Is it a penalty? I've got no idea what's going on.
No, he has. It's Cornet. Cornet's been clotheslined by the goalkeeper. He's given the goalkeeper's done a Mendy by rolling on the floor, pretending he's hurt as well to try and get away with it. But the penalty has been given. Not sure it was a penalty.
No, it's a bit
we'll
soft.
Take it. We'll take it. It's a bit of luck we need, and at least we should get this one on target, surely.
Oh, don't.
That's jinxed it. I mean, it's never a penalty in a million years, is it?
No, of course it's not a penalty.
Oh, it's a terrible decision. I mean, the goalkeeper's not even looking at Cornet. He's coming on his blind side. He's got to catch the ball. And they've collided, and it's an absolutely ludicrous decision. It is never a penalty in a million years. But anyway, over to you, Nick, for the spot kick. Who's taking it? Let us know.
No one at the moment.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but Cornet looks in a little bit of bother, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know whether we're just playing. Well, I don't know why we time waste. We've got a penalty, but
yeah.
No, for me, most certainly not a penalty in a million years. And I don't know whether Cornet's making. I can't work out. And this is the thing with. There's even a booking for the keeper, which it was a collision.
I'm going to go to Twitter. Because that's going to be considerably ahead of me. Bowen's taking it by the looks of it. The goalkeeper has actually been booked as well, just to add insult to injury. I mean, it's a bloody awful decision. It's never a penalty in a million years. Never a penalty. And yeah, he's actually been booked for his. I'm not sure if that's for. Surely he can't be booking him for his reaction. I don't. I've lost. I have no idea what this referee's doing. He's lost. He's
lost the plot, isn't he?
Oh, totally. Why he's booked him, I don't know. I mean, as if the penalty isn't, injustice enough. But anyway,
who's this coming?
That's Tarnavanu, the goalkeeper, booked.
I don't know who Fornells is going to be coming on for. Possibly Cornet. He does look a little bit concussed, by the way.
Yeah,
maybe it's his get-out clause for the absolutely shocking game that he's having.
He's absolutely cleaned him out, but it's not a foul. The goalkeeper's not even looking. Cornet's come across him. Ludicrous madness. Anyway, waiting for the penalty. I do believe that's Agard actually in the.
He was sitting there, yes, next to Cresswell on the bench.
It's lovely to see. Cresswell can't play, Agard can't play, but Johnson, of course, also unavailable. They're all there, watching the game, which is great to see. Substitution. Anyway, it's Fornells, isn't it, coming on?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Come on, Pablo. No, maybe he has got a bit of a headache. I don't know. Might be a case of 6 and 2 threes. It's an easy cop out after the game he's had, though, isn't it? I can't.
Well, it's a concussion issue, surely. I would imagine, which is why he's been forced to retire. Anyway, we'll get to the penalty eventually. As Fornells comes on for the stricken Cornet.
Right, here we go. Penalty time. Don't fluff your lines, Jared.
Come on, Jared. We need this desperately. Desperately. Big chance to draw level. Big chance to get our first shot on target.
Yeah. He don't look confident,
Don't say that. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that.
He's got that vibe about him.
Oh, stop it.
1-0. 1-0. 1-0.
Jared Bowen steps
He never
up.
looked. He didn't look confident though, did he?
I don't know. I've not seen it. I'm going by Twitter. I can see that he scored, but decent penalty for you, Nick. Took it well. New penalty taken, perhaps.
He levered it in the corner. It was a superb penalty. Hey, you ain't saving those, mate.
There it is. Finally, West Ham have a shot on target, and finally West Ham score and level the tie in the 69th minute. Jared Bowen from the penalty spot, making it West Ham United 1, FCSB 1. He's had to wait 4 minutes since the penalty was given to have the opportunity to step up and take it. But when he did, left foot, it's actually a bloody good penalty. I mean, you don't stop those, do you, Nick? That's what, top corner. Tiny chance of a goalkeeper against that. If you put it in the right area, that's a goal all day long. But brave to put it in there. David Moyes geeing the boys up, saying, come on, let's go and win it now. 21 minutes to do so.
Match threads basically echoing what we were saying about how crap the ref is and how they are falling over at every opportunity.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Let's just hope he doesn't try and level this up.
No.
I find that penalty decision unfathomable. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. I mean, we're benefiting from it, of course, but feel very sorry for FCSB. They're putting a lot of effort.
Might be worth watching because it does look, apparently, according to the thread, that the goalkeeper actually had Bowen's head in his hands and not the ball.
Mikulescu's come on for Campagno. I can tell you that. First change for the visitors. First change in the 70th minute, just before they take the kickoff. Did you mean Cornet?
Who did I say? Bowen.
You said Bowen. You
mean
for
Cornet,
the penalty?
Sorry,
Yeah, no, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's well, it'd be interesting to see it again. But I mean, at first viewing, I mean, maybe we could be doing him an injustice. Maybe he's seen something we haven't. But I think both of us felt that we were very lucky, very fortunate in those circumstances. But anyway, West Ham on the front foot now and looking for the winning goal. 20 minutes to find it.
We've woken up there.
Yeah.
71 minutes into the game.
Our first shot on target, the penalty.
Yes.
Unbelievable. It's our 13th effort of the night.
Bowen's into the box. Cross to Ato. That should be a corner. What have we got? We've got the corner. Happy day. Driving run.
While we're waiting for the corner, let us know what you thought about the penalty decision. Do you agree? Do you think it was a penalty? Do you think FCSB were a bit harshly done by? Do you agree with us as far as that's concerned? Let us know. Craven agreed, says I didn't think it was a penalty at all. And Dan B saying that Cornet got the ball first. 80 star, definitely a penalty. Bit of a mix of views.
Yeah, we got another corner. Bowen took the corner there. Defenders headed it out. And, and another one.
West Ham definitely turning the screen now.
Straight to the keeper. So that's taking the sting out. We've got 18 minutes of normal time to concede a losing goal. So
there's confidence for you. Steve says, damn it, fell asleep. Was that for the goal, Steve? If so, perhaps you should nod off for a few more minutes. Hopefully it'll bring us a second one. But Dan B also saying goalie clattered Cornet. I mean, there was collision, there was contact, but you watch it again. The goalie doesn't even know Cornet's there. He's going for the ball. Cornet comes in on his blind side. Never a foul for me. Never a foul. But anyway, doesn't matter now. It's been given and it's in the back of the net. 17 minutes, Nick. 17 minutes to go. Any more changes do you think will be coming soon? We've had, is that 4 now? 4 nows was on. Yeah, fourth change.
Yeah, we've got one more to go. And there's Antonio. Oh! How did that stay out? We're certainly piling out the pressure now. We look at a different team, actually, since 4 nows come on.
Yeah.
To Bowen. Oh, Antonio! Come on, Mickey. Oh, yes, 2-0. And that is 2-1. Emerson.
There it is. West Ham ahead. As Nick was rightfully saying, West Ham are beginning to look likely for the first time in the game, and 2 goals in a matter of minutes. We're ahead at last. I'm just waiting to see the goal.
And also, don't forget, this one ain't being ruled out by VAR.
that's for certain. Yeah, we know this one's absolutely going to count.
That's the thing. You forget that there ain't no VAR, because I was waiting to see if there was something. But no, this is how football should be. None of this. It's an assist. Antonio's got the ball. It's bounced around. He's then left it for Emerson to lash it in with his left foot. Happy days. Actually, it wasn't even Bowen that made the mistake, that got the ball into the mixer. It looked like it was their own defender. So he's going to have nightmares over that one. But no, Emerson for his first goal.
Yeah, big credit to our left back being in the right position at the right time there. It's the second goal for West Ham inside 5 minutes, and Nick, you called it right. West Ham turning it around. Noam also called it right at half time, said he fancies West. Well, I'm saying that. Of course, there's a long way to go. Shouldn't be counting chickens just yet, but West Ham lead 2-1, deservedly so on this second half, or at least the last 15 minutes showing. I want to have a look at that again, actually. Is Mickey Antonio not a mile offside when that ball... Oh, it's not actually Antonio who plays the ball in, is it? Just for the goal, it's flicked back into his path by a defender. Yeah. And Antonio is standing about 3 yards offside. Tries to get a shot away. It's blocked. Another good block.
We're all over him now. We're all over him.
2-1. Anyway, game on. We've woken up at last.
Absolutely. Yeah. Tipping it down with rain again. Like proper. Oh. Paqueta tries a shot. He drags it wide. Was it a shot or was it a cross? But the weather there is absolutely atrocious. Oh, dangerous moment at the other end. That's a corner to them. Emerson makes a mistake there and Bonner bails him out. But they've now got a corner. Come on, West Ham, keep your Reds. But as was said on the comments, they're going to hurry up about it now. They're not going to be time wasting and falling over no more, are
they? No, you wouldn't expect so. That's some shower, isn't it, at the stadium? That really is some.
It's like the one that I encountered on the M2 yesterday. It's coming back from near Canterbury and 20 miles an hour. And the thing is, you don't want to go too slow because obviously you're not the only one. If you're driving sensibly, you can't guarantee everyone else is. And if they can't see you, wallop. So it's that could have been 2-2. Well done, Areola. No, it was a bit scary there yesterday. You couldn't see in front of past the bonnet.
Really?
Yeah.
Treacherous conditions. Awful driving like that, especially on that M2, which isn't the best of roads at any time, is it? I guess.
Bowen. 4 nails. Antonio. Oh, how is this not going in the fucking goal? How is that not? But 4 nails has changed the game.
Yeah, he's looked very lively. Antonio as well has looked pretty good. Just going back, Hobo asking, would Antonio have been offside with VAR? And it certainly wouldn't have been, Hobo, because the ball was played into his path, as I said a few minutes ago, by a boot, an opposition boot. So definitely not offside. And VAR would have presumably confirmed that, but you never know, do you? Let's be honest. It's a good stop, actually, isn't it, Nick, by the keeper? Good double save from Fornells and Antonio, but keeping his side in the game there, really.
And we're breaking again now with Paqueta. It's 2-on-1. Oh, good challenge there. Good job. Oh, and he's winning the ball back, the tenacious little git. And he has won the ball back. That's what I like about him. He loses the ball, and the first thing he wants to do is get it back again.
Who, Paqueta?
Yeah.
Yeah. Strong player, very, very strong.
He's like a little Rottweiler, isn't he?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Strong player, can play anywhere across that midfield, really. As an 8, as a 10, even as a slightly deeper if necessary, but quite a tenacious player. Loves getting stuck in. I think we're a little bit spread thinly, given we're only 2-1 up here.
Yeah.
I hope we're not sort of, the architects of our own downfall by.
No, but the thing is, we seem to be playing better now with spread thinly. That's the thing.
Well, the game's opened up, and they've had to come
out.
Another
shot on target from 4 nails there. Good stop by the keeper. Bread and butter one, but good stop nonetheless.
Just coming up to last 10 minutes or 10 minutes of normal time. There's going to be a good 5 or 6 minutes added on because I think we had that 4-minute break for the penalty. So that plus any substitutions, I think we're looking at least 6, maybe even 7 at this rate. But anyway, plenty of time left to go. And
if it's ref in his time to keep in, it'll probably be 2 minutes.
Yeah, if it's anything like the accuracy of his decisions. Be interested to see what the general consensus was on the forum, actually, Nick, about that penalty, to see whether
I got a brief look, and it just seems to be, I don't think that was a penalty. Yeah, I think that's kind of the general consensus.
Yeah.
Oh, I've lost my picture. Oh, no, we haven't. Here we go. That's Antonio again, and that's a throw-in or a corner? He's having a good battle with that bloke down on the left-hand side there.
Antonio, yeah, with who is it? Dower, the big guy who got booked. Yeah, I never got the chance to comment. I mean, you made the point that he committed that foul, which was almost identical, 60 to 120 seconds later. And if the referee's been consistent, that's the second. I mean, I don't think it was. I don't think it was a booking in the first place, but. I've got to be honest, although we felt quite aggrieved by the treatment we had from the referee in the first half, I think he's certainly made amends for it, and I'd be absolutely furious if I was the Bucharest coach after the second half. He's certainly levelled it up anyway. He's been as bad for both sides. I think he's been equally poor. I think it's fair to say. But anyway, we're in the final 10 minutes now. Bit of cramp for Dow, which 4-0 sorts out. Bit of a way to go, but the Hammer's on top for the first time. It's taken a while. It took until the 74th minute for West Ham to take the lead in this particular game. For a while, it didn't look like it was going to happen. But we've actually had 3 shots on target now, which is pretty good.
I thought it was more than that.
Yeah, actually, let's think. We had the penalty.
That's a foul on 4 nails and a yellow card for their dude.
We must have had more on target there because 4 nails has had 2 shots, and Antonio the double save by the goalkeeper, so it must be at least 5 now. I'd say the BBC stats are a little bit out there, but I'm counting 5 anyway. West Ham 69% possession to 31 for FCSB. AD says we needed that penalty. We certainly did, AD. Very fortuitous, but we got to take what we can get on a night like tonight.
Yeah, Antonio's been fouled again. Nothing given.
While we're got a bit of a lull, I'm just going to take you through the other games being played in the Conference League tonight. Absolute cracker in Spain. Villarreal overcoming Poznan, the unfancied Polish side, 4-3 in that time. What a game that was. And Villarreal only winning the game in the 89th minute. Francis Coquelin scoring the winning goal.
Yeah, Man United have been beaten at home,
Are they? They're still behind?
Yeah.
Terrible shame, isn't it?
Oh, dear, yeah.
Another cracker, Slovakia and Partizan 3-0. Partizan ended the game with 10 men. Balkany won. Cluj, the other Romanian team, won. Anderlecht, of course, and Silkeborg, the other game in West Ham's group. Anderlecht winning 1-0. Fiorentina held 1-1 at home by RFS. A bit of a shock. Austria Vienna held by Hapoel Beersheva, the Israeli side, 0-0. Hearts smashed at home by Istanbul Basaksehir, 4-0. Nice and Cologne 1-1. Dnipro beaten at home by Alkmaar, AZ Alkmaar 1-0. Vaduz and Apollon is still 0-0. Bratislava and Zalgiris 0-0. These are all live and taking place. Sivasspor and Slavia Prague 1-1. Boulder and Ghent 0-0. Basel 3-1 up against Pionik. And Shamrock Rovers and Djurgården goalless at the moment. Good result for Shamrock if it stays that way. Nick, 6 minutes to go here.
6 minutes to go. Antonio's fluffed his lines in the penalty box. And we're looking how we were in the first start, or in the first 70 minutes again, really. Seems to have gone flat again.
Yeah, I've got to say, despite this flurry that we've enjoyed in this last 20 minutes, you wouldn't say that if they were to grab an equaliser, it would be undeserved, would you? For
no, not at all.
They've more than deserved something out of the game tonight.
Although saying that, because of their time wasted and they're falling over and stuff, on that basis, I probably wouldn't agree that they deserve something out of it, because they've been awful in that respect.
Yeah. Had their chances. I mean, we've just seen a comedy of errors there, from the Antonio shot and the Bowen. I don't quite know what he was doing. Almost seemed he kicked his own ankle, but strange passage of play for West Ham. Last 5. Well, probably more like the last 12, but last 5 of normal time. Now, Paqueta's giving the ball away. West Ham don't seem to want the ball at the moment. Well, what do you make of Declan Rice tonight, Nick?
Not been at his best, has he?
Not seen a lot of him, have we, tonight? Not really been influential at all.
No,
in that role. In fact, I think you'd have to say, out of the 2 central midfielders, Flynn Downs has probably been the standout performer.
He has. Sorry, I'm just watching here. Emerson has he's made a good tackle, but their players made a meal of it, and I don't think there's anything. There's nothing in it. I'm hoping the ref sees nothing in it. They've just. Harrod is coming in. I didn't see it went off though. He's excuse me. I quite like Emerson, to be honest.
Emerson?
Yeah.
He's had an interesting game. I mean, he's been booked, threw his arms around a lot. Sort of, looked like he might be walking his way towards a second yellow card, then steps up and banged on what could be the winning goal. Certainly had an eventful evening. That second change that you called is Dower, who was a player struggling with a bit of cramp earlier on, replaced by Harrod. He's had a good fight with Antonio, isn't he, Dower, out there on the right hand side? Yeah.
Now Antonio's given away a accidental handball. This could be dangerous. It's over on our left. Free kick about to be taken. It's coming in. It's a high floaty one, and it goes armless. It's a Mark Noble corner, basically. It's just floated. It's floated away. It's hit nobody, and the ref has given a corner.
Sounds about right. Well, let's stick with that for a moment. And
let me just have a look here. Here we go. No, it's not hit anyone. It's completely missed everybody. Let's just check the flight of the ball again. Down it comes. In fact, Bonner should have probably had a free kick. I know, tell a lie. No, it's a goal kick. I think Bonner was appealing for a free kick.
Right.
I've got no volume on, so I'm having to try and guess what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly not touched anybody, is it? It's gone straight out. What was the referee signalling there? I mean, he's given the goal kick, but what was he signalling? And why was Bonner getting so het up?
Maybe he was just saying there's only a few minutes to go. Put the kettle on.
maybe it was the high boot. I don't know. Strange one.
I have no idea.
No,
I
very
don't
odd.
think the ref knows either.
Interesting point on the live chat, Nick. missing assuming the Newcastle game is going to be postponed, it means that Everton is our only game now between the international break. Is this a good time to be missing Newcastle, or would you like to play them right now?
I think this is a good time to be missing anyone, because it now means that we get a few weeks. That's 3-1, Antonio. Because it means we get a few weeks on a training pitch with all our new signings.
Yeah.
And we basically kind of get a little free 11-day pre-season.
Yes.
You know, so maybe after this little break, we may come back as a more cohesive team and actually have a clue what each other are doing. It was good from Antonio, actually. He sold the defender one there, and 1-on-1 with a keeper. Good night, Vienna.
Some good stuff actually in the build-up to that. It's Declan Rice who won the ball initially. There's also a lovely little ball from Pablo Fornal's little flick. I've got to say, I don't think the goalkeeper covered himself in glory again. No, there, I think it's a weak hand he's put out. It's not the greatest shot from Antonio. It's pretty central the strike, but it is game over now. I think we can comfortably say that is game over. And Antonio, to his credit, has had a really, really good second half. He's come on and turned the game around.
He has. Him and Fornals, I think, have made a difference. 6 minutes of added time, 90 plus. Where are we? 90 minutes and 20 seconds now. So we've still got 5.5 minutes to go yet. And what I did notice is the position Paqueta was. So if the keeper had say he'd got a fingertip to that, there is every chance that Paqueta there would have been in to mop up anyway. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's also really good footwork from Antonio. Left-footed shot in the end that beats the goalkeeper. Excellent. Well, we it's turned out all right in the end, I guess. Tonight it did look for so long. I mean, it's 74th minute before West Ham took the lead, but
Bonnarall is off for Ballon Dawson.
There we go. We as Nick said a few moments ago, we don't have our sound on, obviously, because we can't have that bleeding back. But I would imagine that's the biggest cheer of the night at the London Olympic Stadium for Dawson coming back onto the pitch for his first game of the season. Of course, it looked like for so long he was going to be going, to Wolves. The bid was in, but we couldn't find a replacement, so he had to stay. And I think we're all quite pleased at that, aren't we, Nick?
Yeah, I'm pleased. I would. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have begrudged him a move if it was for his own benefit. Big cheer there. Dawson gets his first header in straight to Fornals. But no, I wouldn't have begrudged him a move, to be honest. He is a blood and thunder defender. He is also very limited. Let's be honest. He's very much in the he's in the James Collins mould, isn't he? He's one that will give his all on the pitch, but he's prone to a wicket or two every game. But we love him for it.
We certainly do. Made a difference last year, that's for sure, and putting some huge performances in that Europa League run. No one can forget the way he played against Lyon. He was absolutely outstanding in both legs in the quarterfinals. Great player. So really just winding down time now. Those halftime changes, David Moyes being proactive, Nick. Bringing on Antonio, Bowen and Paqueta, and those three really have made the difference, haven't they, in the second half? And Fornals as well has been excellent since he came on. All four substitutions, in fact.
Rice has just given the ball away. We were looking at quite promising then, and he's just giving it away. And now they're attacking down our right. And that's a penalty from Dawson. No, it's not really.
No way.
No, it's not really.
I'm watching Twitter out of one eye or half of one eye, and thinking he's not come up on there. He's had me on. Penalty for Slavia Prague at Sivasspor, one of the other games. I'm not sure if that's to win it or they've just equalised, but we'll look at that one in a minute. West Ham's statistical advantage has gone down somewhat in this second half, which is odd, really, considering how much in control we've been in the second half. We're down to 66% possession now overall in the game. Yet it's nice to see 6 shots on target according to the BBC. I'm sure that's wrong. I think it's more. I think it's probably 7 or 8, but according to my copious notes tonight, look at those. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. West Ham are 3 points in the bag.
Come on, Pablo, you could have gone forward, mate. You didn't need to do that. Oh, come on. Not a lot happening. There was a forward pass on there, but Fornals didn't.
On the Newcastle game, Nick Craven rightly points out that they've got 3 of their best players missing.
Oh, okay.
Who's the Brazilian who was at Lyon? Forget his name. Paqueta's pal. Sir Maximam, of course, he's injured as well, isn't he?
Oh,
Who's
yes.
the third? Is it Wilson's? Callum Wilson injured, or is he back now? Anyway, those 2 are definitely out. Marquinhos. Is it Marquinhos?
I haven't got a clue.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Okay, but we ain't playing great anyway.
No.
And I think if we click, plenty of time on the training pitch. If we click, I think we're going to be pretty dangerous.
Right.
How many seasons have we been saying that?
Well, I started going in 1976 was my first game. I'm sure I wasn't the first in my family to utter those immortal words.
Oh, here we go. Antonio's through again.
Go on, Antonio.
Oh, no, he's been closed down. Oh, he could have hit that, to be honest. He should have hit that.
Man U beaten 1-0 by Real Sociedad at Old Trafford.
How sad.
Final score.
Fine.
Final score.
So, 20 seconds left of normal time.
I'm just going to let you know now, we are going to end the stream pretty much at full time. Might try and get Noam on for a couple of minutes, but yeah, it's been a good night in the end for West Ham. It's taken a while to get there, though, for sure.
And that's the final whistle.
There we go.
3-1. We went about it the hard way, but nonetheless, it's a 3-1 win. That's what will go down on the record books. That 4-3 against 1. That's all that matters on the table. 3 points.
There you go. Let me ask you, Nick. I know you've got to dive off pretty soon. Before you do that, man of the match award tonight
Goes to debutant Flynn Downs. A very tidy game there in the midfield. Didn't do nothing wrong as far as I can see. Running about like a little Jack Russell. Just got on with it. You didn't really hear his name mentioned, and that's what you kind of expected. And to me, when anyone in defence and defensive midfield, if their name gets barely mentioned, that's when you know they've had a good game. Yeah. So,
he done all right tonight, didn't he? Didn't do himself any harm at all. Nick, I know you've got to go, so you fly, my friend, and I'll hold the fort for a couple of minutes. I'm going to have to go myself very soon, but any final comments before you leave us?
No, not really. I think I've said it today. One of those ones where I'm glad it'll be over.
Yeah, it's been a strange day indeed.
So yeah, I will see you on our next game, whenever that may be.
All right, buddy. Thank you for your company tonight.
You too.
And, we'll catch you. We'll probably be the Everton game now, but we'll find out soon enough. Anyway, there you go. Nick's got to go. Just me. We'll see if we can perhaps get Noam on very quickly. Before we call it a day. I'm going to have to dip off pretty soon myself. But just a quick recap of what we've seen tonight. West Ham United 3, FCSB 1, a victory that sends West Ham top of Group B above Anderlecht, who also won 1-0 against Silkeborg on goal difference. West Ham had a pretty dreadful start time, poor first half, and paid for that desperately bad start by going a goal behind on the 34th minute. Andre Correa getting in behind Emerson at the far post to send the visitors ahead. That's how it stayed until half time. But West Ham David Moyes being proactive at halftime, making 3 substitutions, bringing on Paqueta, Bowen and Antonio for the disappointing Skamaka, Benrahma and Lanzini. And it paid pretty much instant dividends, didn't it? Although we had to wait until the 69th minute for West Ham to actually level the scores. The penalty was conceded, slightly fortuitous penalty, I think. Some of you guys disagree. I know that on the stream, but be interested to see some replays again. Eventually, after there was some concussion treatment for Maxwell Cornet, Jared Bowen stepped up. A wonderful penalty, actually a superb penalty, banged it into the top right-hand corner to level the scores. That left West Ham little more than 20 minutes to try and win the game. And it didn't take long for the second goal to arrive in the end. It was Emerson who put West Ham ahead 5 minutes after Bowen had levelled the scores for West Ham. Decent finish, got in the area, took his chance well, and West Ham were 2-1 ahead. Talking of heads, there's no. We'll get to him very, very, very shortly. 2-1 up, and the third and final goal, the decisive goal, came right in the final minute of normal time. Mikhail Antonio off a really, really good move. Declan Rice initially won the ball in midfield. West Ham strung together some, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 passes maybe. Some nice work. Worked the ball into Antonio, drove forward with the ball. Managed to stick it in the onion bag from just inside the box. Pretty poor effort by the goalkeeper. Had a really poor night, I think, for me. Thought he was perhaps Tanavano. I thought he was their weakest player on the pitch. But we don't care about that. West Ham managed to score the third and final goal, and that was it. It was game over. West Ham getting off to a winning start eventually in very difficult circumstances. It should be said, to the boys' credit. At the London Olympic Stadium, of course, following the very sad news of the passing of Queen Elizabeth, whose death was announced at 6:30, just half an hour before the two teams were announced. The game, of course, given the go ahead, and West Ham managing to win. Looks like we've got a bit of connection trouble with Noam. We've got him back now. Just see if I can get him in the picture. We have him. There we go. And I believe we've also got a Rio joining us soon. But let me go to Noam first of all. Noam is walking, judging by the movement, is trotting back to the station. Noam, are you with us? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Noam? I can kind of hear you've got a very, very dodgy connection there. Stratford problems as usual. Okay. There we go. We've got him. We've got him. We're also being joined by Rio jumping on the stream. In rather different conditions, but we'll come to that in a minute. No, what did you make? I mean, you were absolutely right, mate. You called it at half time. Said you expected West Ham to come back and win it, and they did quite comfortably in the end.
Yeah, it took a while. We had to be a bit patient. Some of the football in the second half, there was some great passing. The three that came on, the urgency was there. It was, I mean, you look at the first two goals, one for Kenton, one was, a bit scrappy and all that. But it was no more than I think we deserved. I mean, still really posed very little of a threat second half. So pleased with the result. Prediction right as well, so added bonus for that. And,
nice.
Pleasant end to sort of a difficult day.
Okay.
A couple of a few more spontaneous national anthems at the end again, and as the match finished, they put up the in memoriam sort of banner on the TV screen. Sad to report the Romanians. Sad to report the Romanians that were in my seats didn't behave particularly well.
Okay.
When there were a few monkey noises at Antonio, and there was stuff thrown when one of the goals we scored. They started throwing stuff down and beneath them. It was reported. Somebody reported it on the text hotline, and the response came back as well. Send a response unit in, and I guess they came on the same Jubilee line to Wednesday because nobody turned up.
Right.
So,
well, that's disappointing.
They do have to sort that out.
Okay.
They do have to sort that out.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me come back to you in a minute now, because we're joined by another very special guest, who's actually, I mean, it's usually me. I'm just going to pop you on mute for a minute now because of the background noise. It's usually me who's furthest away from the London Olympic Stadium when we do our streams. I think I'm being beaten by about 3,000 miles tonight. My geography is not particularly good, so that's probably a long way out. Rio, good to see you, buddy. Do you want to tell everyone where you are right now, you lucky swine?
Yeah, sorry guys, long overdue holiday, first one in 20 odd years. I'm watching West Ham poolside in Barbados.
How about that? Live and direct from the beautiful Caribbean island of Barbados. Before we get onto the match, Rio, how's the holiday? How's the weather out there?
Well, rather fittingly, as I got a stream today for tonight's game, and it panned over to the picture of Her Royal Highness. The heavens opened, and it was torrential rain for 45 minutes. But apart from that, by and large, weather's been absolutely glorious. It's paradise out here. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. I said it's been a long time overdue for me and my missus. So yeah, I'm not going to.
Good for you.
Yeah.
No, good for you. You're having a lovely time. It sounds like you are. Interestingly, I was making the point just before we started. Exactly the same thing happened here. As soon as they made the announcement, we looked out the window and the heavens burst. It was quite strange, but obviously not just here. It was happening. West Ham United 3, FCSB 1. It took us 74 minutes to take the lead, but in the end, it was a reasonable, comfortable victory, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think in the end, professionalism and fitness really made their mark, didn't they? We made really heavy weather in the first half. I'll give credit to Stour, or FCSB, if you want to call them. I'm reluctant to, because that's my initial was SB, so it's not my actual football club. But yeah, I thought the centre half pairing at the back, was it Darwar and I can't remember their name now, but I thought they dealt with everything really, really comfortably in the first half. We didn't make
Darwar and Tam.
Tam, that's the one. Yeah, I thought they played really well. We was just far too lax in possession, particularly at the back. And again, it looked like we almost in that opening half that we took the attitude that we're far better than them. We're going to just turn up and roll them over. And obviously, that's not the case. But the substitutions at half time were key. And in the end, it was comfortable. But I wish we wouldn't make it so hard for ourselves in the first instance.
No, it was a bit like that, wasn't it? Who was your standout performer tonight?
Obviously, you can look at Paqueta, you touch a class when he come on. But for me, overall, I thought Finn Downs operated with real composure, real maturity. There's a lot of noise about him in the last couple of weeks that Moyes doesn't rate him, he's not good enough. But I thought tonight he was very, very composed, and I'd give him my man of the match.
Well, Nick said exactly the same thing. He was his standout performer. Said it was almost like watching Mark Noble, a young Noble out there at times. Yeah,
he set the mock things up really, really well. He distributed the ball with absolute aplomb. He didn't look out of place, did he? Looked like he'd been part of that team for a long while, and he did a really solid job. So, I'm hoping that if Thomas Suchek's absence is a bit prolonged, that Finn keeps his place, because he thoroughly deserved it after tonight's showing.
They certainly did, and he took his chance, didn't he? He was given that opportunity. It would be difficult. Let me come to Gnome right now. It was looking like Obi-Wan Kenobi to my right there on the screen. Who's the first Gnome? Tell us who your man of the match was.
Downs again. I can't argue with that totally. He had the air of somebody who even in the first half, when we were a bit lackadaisical and all that, he wasn't. It was, I've got a chance to start here, I'm going to take it. And, did everything quietly, calmly, efficiently won the ball, laid it off, won the ball, laid it off. I unfairly singled him out for one pass that he still found the man in the first half. But I did say in the first half, apart from that, he'd been splendid. Antonio came on, made things happen. It was almost like the Antonio of old there. They really didn't know what to do with him when he came on. The guy eventually got booked. I think he fouled him another 3 or 4 times after that as well, and got away with it. So I'm still here, by the way.
No, it's okay. That's fine. I'm just being. I'm almost like in a zen-like trance because of the birds in the background coming from Rio's stream. It's quite a beautiful sound. It's very, very relaxing.
Did Rio just say it had been raining out there?
Indeed, yeah.
Rio. Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Shame.
It's a blessed relief at times in this heat, you know.
Rio, the penalty. Penalty spot kick for you, or do you think the keeper was a little bit harshly treated there?
I know I hate to say it, but I think if this had gone to VAR, I think we wouldn't have been given it. But I'm not going to say it was harshly treated. It was a vicious, absolute abysmal challenge, and it's probably deserved to give a spot kick. Not that I'm biased in any way or shape or form, but
no penalty for you. You wouldn't have had the benefit of the numerous replays Rio and I have had, of course.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single replay, but I thought he got clattered into. And it's one of those ones that, Cornet goes down, poleaxed and ends up being substituted, and you see referees give a free kick the other way.
Yeah.
But I've only seen it once. I thought penalty at the time.
Okay.
Very well taken by Bowen.
Indeed. What a penalty, eh? What a spot kick.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Where was I going to go? I've totally lost where I was going to go now. It looks, gentlemen, like we're not going to have another game now until the Everton game. I was asking the question, assuming we don't play Newcastle. Rio, let me come to you first. Is that a blessing in disguise that we might miss Newcastle now, or might we live to regret not being able to face them without Sir Maximan and 1 or 2 other very influential players who are currently sidelined?
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? I mean, obviously, with like the players that Newcastle are missing, it doesn't go in our favour. And also, you've got to look at when is it going to be arranged for? Because the fixture congestion already is horrendous. What with the World Cup coming up and things like that. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword for me. Obviously, the break will be good for some of our players. Obviously, Cornet injured tonight. Scamacca not fully fit, gives him more chance to acclimatise and get back into the swing of things. But it just all depends when this game gets rearranged for, because it's looking horrendous. And events like today, I know it puts things into perspective, but from a footballing point of view, it doesn't make things any easier, does it?
No, it certainly doesn't. No, it looks like, Craven's saying that Newcastle got Bruno, Guimaraes, Wilson and Dan Maximan missing, probably their 3 best players so far this season. Could this be a bad time for West Ham to miss this particular game? I think no, might not be able to hear me down there, but anyway, we'll move on. Good start anyway, Rio, for the Hammers in the end. It didn't look like. What was your view? Let me just ask you. Mo must be down on the station. I'm just going to pop him on mute for a minute because we've got a lot of background noise. Rio, obviously you'll be aware of the terribly sad news that was announced 6:30 p.m. UK time or GMT. What was your view on the game proceeding tonight? Do you think that was the right decision to make?
I think it was. Purely because it's European competition. I know there are plenty of English-based Romanians who attended the game tonight, hence the rather larger attendance on them. But there are still people who have attended and travelled from Romania, and to called it off at such late notice would have been very harsh on those who had travelled.
Yeah.
Also for the Ham fans, because people come and watch West Ham from far and wide. So tonight's game should have gone ahead, and as it did. But yeah, I know it's going to be a period of national mourning and a break from sport for, I think they're saying 10, 11 days, isn't it?
Yeah, getting off for 2 weeks, isn't it? I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but it certainly looks that way. Was there any sort of discontent or comment in the stadium about the fact that the game went ahead, given the dreadfully sad news that we received just before kickoff?
No, there was no comment that it shouldn't have gone. I think kind of we're all a little bit grateful that it did to a certain degree. Rio's right. You can't catch it the day of the game when it's international type European type stuff. You know, quite apart from Rio's, when would you play it? It's bad enough to leave fixtures, but on the list. I mean, I was glad it's played. As I mentioned, the announcement came, one of them was training up there. So
okay, it looks like
we won 3-1, but made ours work.
It looks like Craven's just pointing out that the games at Burnley and Tranmere tomorrow have been postponed, so it looks like the rest are on the way. I guess what as far as West Ham are concerned, although we won't be playing on this weekend, won't be playing on Sunday against Newcastle, or certainly. I guess there's question marks over next Thursday's game because, of course, we're supposed to be playing in Denmark, Rio, against Silkeborg next Thursday night. And I guess the assumption would be, because this isn't a domestic fixture, that one's going to go ahead as planned.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a decision where maybe the British clubs involved in European competition might have to appeal to UEFA to kind of get an annulment in light of what's happened. But we all know how UEFA operate, and they don't often operate on a more compassionate basis, do they? It's often money driven. So you would hope that they see sense, but I'm not holding out any real kind of expectations they will.
Okay. All right. Well, gentlemen, we're going to leave it there because Nick's had to leave us. I've got to go write some content. Gnome's halfway home already, and Rio's got his feet up there by the pool. I'm sure he's got beers lined up, ready to be drunk, lots of cocktails, and just them really calming birds to listen to. It's always quite hypnotic. That background noise, Rio.
Birds and tree frogs, apparently.
when are you back, Rio? When are you due back in Blighty?
We land Tuesday morning, unfortunately.
Not long enough, eh? Not long enough.
Not long enough at all. No.
Well, I'm glad you had a wonderful time out there tonight. And in the end, everyone at the London Olympic Stadium appears to have had a decent night. Didn't look like it might be going ahead at some stage, but of course the decision was ultimately down to the FA and UEFA, who decided to proceed with the game. Of course, the news of the Queen's passing came so close to kick-off, obviously had an impact on that. But the game's gone ahead, and West Ham have beaten FCSB in our opening fixture of the Conference League by 3-1. 3 goals coming in the last 21 minutes from Bowen, Emerson and Antonio, seeing West Ham off to a winning start in the competition after we started pretty poorly, let's be honest. But we got there in the end. That's the main thing. I'm going to say thank you to Rio for joining us live and direct from... What's the time over there, Rio, by the way?
It's 5:15.
In the afternoon. Lovely. Yep. Beautiful. Well, listen, enjoy your final few days out there in the Caribbean, my friend. Come back all refreshed and ready to go again, because looks like we might be up for another Eyes Up Mother Brown next Thursday night. Anyway, no, also thank you to you for joining us. Appreciate you coming on as you make your way back to the station. That's it from us tonight at Eyes Up Mother Brown. It's been quite a difficult night for everyone concerned. We do appreciate you bearing with us anyway throughout the evening and joining us on what's been a very unusual day, and I'm sure one of those where we'll all remember for the rest of our lives. In fact, not just for a while. Football will take a break for now as the country enters a period of national mourning for the passing of our monarch. And we'll be back probably next Thursday night, as we said, for the next game, which will be West Ham away to Silkeborg, unless there's any changes to that. Thank you to everyone for joining us live on the stream. As always, we appreciate your comments. Come and join us now on the kumb.com general discussion forum, the match thread. Lots of conversation going on there about tonight's game. Hopefully we'll see you all again next week for the Silkeborg game. As I said, the Newcastle game will certainly going to be postponed now. But until then, everybody, take care. Thank you once again for joining us. And, look after yourselves. We'll see you all very soon. And as always, come on, you irons.